So we discussed about inverse of a matrix. About square matrix, we know how it is defined. When A into B equal to B into A equal to identity, we call B is an inverse of A. So when it comes to a rectangular matrix, we define what is a left inverse and what is a right inverse. Mostly, if you see that for a rectangular matrix, you'll have only either left or right, not both. But for square matrix, it is possible to have both, and that is what just inverse of the matrix. And you can see that on which side you are going to have inverse for a rectangular matrix. If the number of rows are less than the columns, then you are going to have the right inverse. Whereas if the number of columns are less than the number of rows, then you are going to have left inverse. That's what you can see. For example, here you have a 2 by 3 matrix, right? So we couldn't have a left inverse here. We can have a right inverse. Okay, it's not guaranteed that for every 2 by 3 matrix you'll have right inverse. That may exist or may not exist. That is different. But I can talk about it. Okay. We looked at some examples and then finally we have seen a problem where the multiplication of matrices is useful, and then one more problem, right? So where the power of the matrices was used, like a square, a cube, a power 5. So if you want the information at the 5th year, a power 5 will help you to get that information. Okay. Okay. So today let us start with symmetric matrices. We are going to discuss few properties of symmetric matrices here. And before that, there are a few products I need to define: Kronecker product and direct sum. I'll define them later. But first, let me discuss properties of this symmetric matrix. You know what is a symmetric matrix, right? So this is how it is defined. If you know that when A equal to A transpose, then I'm going to call this A is a symmetric matrix. Definitely, if you want A equal to A transpose, A must be a square matrix. That cannot be a rectangular matrix, because we cannot compare a matrix of size 2 by 3 and a matrix of size 3 by 2. So we cannot compare them, right? So we say that two matrices are equal if they have same dimensions. So where A is an n by n matrix, it is a square matrix. And we are going to call it as skew symmetric if A transpose equal to minus A. Or you write it in another way, A equal to minus of A transpose. Now here, let us try to look at this result. If A is symmetric, then what can you say about A into A transpose? Is it going to be symmetric? And we discussed properties of transpose. When you take A into B whole transpose, we discussed that equal to B transpose into A transpose. Okay, So now use this property and try to verify whether this A into A transpose is symmetric or not. So let's try to verify. So to see whether it is symmetric or not, what do? You just take this guy and take transpose of it. If you get the same matrix, then we say that it is symmetric, otherwise not. Okay. So using that property AB whole transpose equal to B transpose into A transpose, so I'm going to write it like this. So this is A transpose, that's what B here, whole transpose into A transpose. But we have seen that A transpose whole transpose is same as A into, and you have A transpose. Since you get A into A transpose whole transpose equal to the same matrix again, that is A into A transpose, this implies you can say that A into A transpose is symmetric. Okay, but here do I need this really? Do I need that A need to be symmetric? Did I use that thing here? No need, right? Because I'm not using it anywhere. If A is symmetric, A transpose you can write it as just A. So now if A is a matrix, that is enough. Let's say if A is a matrix of size n, then you can say that A into A transpose is symmetric. Okay. Now, so I got a question. Let us say if I take A into A equal to 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0. So let's suppose that I am taking this matrix. It's a 2 by 3 matrix. Then what can you say about A into A transpose? Can I discuss this? Because A is a 2 by 3 matrix and you know that A transpose, that is a 3 by 2 matrix. So when you take the product, you are going to get a 2 by 3 matrix. Sorry, 2 by 2 matrix. Now it is a square matrix. Can you see that? Okay, let me write A transpose. A transpose is nothing but that is 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, so now if you look at A into A transpose, so that's going to be 1 times the first row plus 2 times the second row plus 0 times the third row. This gives me 1 plus 4, 5, and this is 2. That's it, that is the first row. And when it comes to the second row, 0, so just second row here, 2, 1. Okay, now you can see that when you take its transpose, let's see what is A into A transpose whole transpose. So that's going to be 5, 2, 2, 1 transpose. So that's nothing but 5, 2, 2, 1. Same thing. It is same as A into A transpose. Okay. So now whatever statement we have written here, this statement is true for any matrix. Whether it is a rectangular matrix or square matrix, it doesn't matter. A into A transpose is going to be a square matrix. Okay. So for any matrix A, we can say that A into A transpose is always symmetric. So we can take it as a theorem. And let me give you one more example. Let's say if I take a column matrix, so the column matrix is 1 0 minus 1. So can you see what is A into A transpose? Since it is a 3 by 1 matrix, A transpose is going to be 1 by 3 matrix. So now when you take that product, you are going to get 3 by 3 matrix. So it's going to be symmetric, that's for sure. Can you tell me what are the entries here?
1 0 minus 1 0 0 0 minus 1.
Yeah, 1 0 minus 1 0 0 0 minus 1 0 1. Just a copy, like 1 times this copy, and similarly 0 times this copy 0, and minus 1 times this. So you can see that it is symmetric. And so when you take a symmetric matrix, you look at the diagonal above and diagonal below. So this plus 1 diagonal will be same as the minus 1 diagonal, and plus 2 diagonal will be same as minus 2 diagonal. Okay, so we can say that when you take a symmetric matrix, this is actually symmetric about principal diagonal. So this is the principal diagonal we have. So the elements are symmetric about the principal diagonal, that we can say. Yeah. Now let's look at one more important result. Let A be a square matrix. Then what can you say about A plus A transpose? So is it going to be symmetric or not? That's our question. So let me see. If I take A plus A transpose, when I take whole transpose, that will be equal to A transpose plus A transpose whole transpose. That is a property of transpose, right? When you take A B whole transpose, that will be same as A transpose plus B transpose. So now I get here A transpose plus, we know A transpose whole transpose is nothing but A, so this you can rewrite it as A plus A transpose. So we took transpose of this matrix, again we got the same thing. Therefore we can conclude that for any square matrix A plus A transpose is always symmetric. So A plus A transpose is symmetric. You can take it as a theorem. And here is the proof. And now let's look at another thing. What about A minus A transpose? If A is a square matrix, if it is a square matrix, it can be of any size. Okay. Then what can you say about A minus A transpose? So earlier I have taken A plus A transpose, now I have taken A minus A transpose. So what is it we get? Let's see. We just investigate. Hello?
Skew symmetries.
Yeah, skew symmetry. So we'll start our investigation. So we will take just transpose of that matrix and we'll observe. So this is A transpose minus A transpose whole transpose. So this is going to be A transpose minus A, and this can be rewritten as minus of A minus A transpose. So you started with the matrix, the given matrix. or if you want, you try to take B equal to A minus A transpose. So you started with B transpose, and we end up with minus B. Since you came to know that B transpose equal to minus B, therefore we can conclude that this B is a skew symmetric matrix. In other words, this A minus A transpose, this is skew symmetry. And these two observations will give us a beautiful result. Let's see what is that. You start with any square matrix of size n, and you came to know that A minus A transpose, this is skew symmetric, or let me take first plus, this is symmetric, whereas A minus A transpose, this is going to be skew symmetric. So if I add these two matrices, like A plus A transpose plus A minus A transpose, what is it I get? Hello?
2 into A.
Yeah, we are going to get 2 into A when I add these two. But if I want to get A, so what I'll do is I'll divide the entire expression with 2. So in other words, let me rewrite it like this: A plus A transpose by 2 plus A minus A transpose by 2, that equal to A. Okay, so now you look at this matrix. So we know this is a symmetric matrix. Even if you multiply with a constant, symmetric matrix remains the same as symmetric matrix. Or okay, if you want clarity, I'll just add it here. So you take it as a theorem that if A is symmetric, then the constant times A is symmetric. That's a trivial result. You know what is K, where K is a constant. Okay, that can be a real number or complex number. So since we know that A plus A transpose is symmetric, A plus A transpose by 2 is also symmetric. Similarly, and this one we know it is skew symmetric. So even if you multiply with constant, still it becomes a skew symmetric. So now we got a beautiful result here. So the result is, you start with any square matrix A, we can always express it as sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. And the one more beauty is, this way of representation is unique. It means if someone tells us that I can write A as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices, he should take this combination only. No other combination will work. Okay, this is what I am saying, sir. I gave you a matrix A, and what you did is you have written this as sum of two matrices. One is symmetric and another one is skew symmetric. Then if I investigate what is this M and N, M must be equal to this and N must be equal to this. There is no other way. That's what we mean. It means this is a unique way of representation. So with the above observation, we can write a theorem here. So any square matrix can be uniquely represented as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. So let me write that statement. Any square matrix A can be expressed uniquely as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Okay, and if you want proof for this result, yes, you can see here. Okay, or let me try to prove it. So the proof, you start with a square matrix. Let's say this is an n by n square matrix, and remember one thing. We are actually talking about the real matrices only. When you say the symmetric, we are taking a matrix with real entries. Okay, so let me start with A. I know that A can be expressed as half of this, that is A plus A transpose, plus half of this, A minus A transpose. Okay, and you can see that this is symmetric and skew symmetric, therefore the first statement is fine. A is expressed as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. But one thing we need to prove. We need to prove that this is the only way of representation. Okay, so let's try to do one thing. Let's suppose that let A equal to m plus n, where m is symmetric, and n is skew symmetric. Now our aim is to prove that m equal to this, that is A plus A transpose by 2, and n equal to A minus A transpose by 2. That's what we need to prove. So let me do one thing. Let me take transpose of A. So A transpose, that's going to be m transpose plus n transpose. But we know one thing, m is symmetric and n is skew symmetric. So therefore A transpose will be m, because m transpose is m, plus how about n transpose? That's going to be minus n. Why? Because n is skew symmetric. Okay, now you can see two expressions here. Let me say this is expression 1 and this is 2. So when you add these two expressions, like 1 and 2, that is 1 plus 2, that implies you're going to see that A plus A transpose, that's equal to 2 times of m, isn't it? So from this, what is m? M must be equal to half of this A plus A transpose. So we got m. So the next thing, let's look at n. So to see n, you can do one thing, you just subtract like 2 minus 1. So that implies A transpose minus A, that equal to mm will get cancelled. Is it good to take 1 minus 2? Yes, 1 minus 2. That is A minus A transpose equal to, okay, just here I'll write one step, m plus n minus of m minus n. So that gives me 2 times n. So this implies, you can see what is n, half of A minus A transpose. So this implies, you can see that this n is skew symmetric. I mean n equal to this matrix only, half of A minus A transpose. So whatever m and n you take, that they must be equal to this. Okay, so we can conclude that this is the unique way of representation. So every square matrix can be expressed uniquely as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Now let's do one thing. Let's start with an example. I'll give you a matrix A. 5, 4, 8 and 2. So now can you express A as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrices? Can you tell me what is M and N here? Just compute it and tell me. So M, we can see that A plus A transpose. So you're saying this is 5, 6, 6, this is going to be 2, and N, it is skew symmetric, therefore the diagonal entries must be 0. You know, N is skew symmetric, right? So the diagonal entries must be 0, and it is enough to calculate this entry. We can write the other one. So that is 4 minus 8, you'll get minus 4. So is that minus 2 you get here?
Yes, sir.
If that is minus 2, this must be plus 2. Okay. Now we can see that A equal to M plus N. When you take sum of these two matrices, you are going to get A. Okay. Now let's look at another result. If A and B are symmetric, so what can you say about A plus B? A plus B or A minus B, and how about A into B? Are they going to be symmetric? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Why nobody is responding today? So this is symmetric because you can take that A plus B whole transpose, it is same as A transpose plus B transpose, and that is equal to again A plus B. So this is definitely symmetric. A plus B and A minus B, these are going to be symmetric. Okay, so how about A into B? If A and B are symmetric, then can I say that A into B is also symmetric? Or do I need something else to conclude?
B into A must be equal to A into B.
Yes.
Commutative.
Yes, okay. So let's start our investigation. So to know whether it is symmetric or not, I need to take the transpose, AB whole transpose. That is same as B transpose into A transpose. But we know one thing, A and B are symmetric, so B transpose is same as B and A transpose is same as A. Okay, so we end up with this. We end up with AB whole transpose that equal to B into A. But if you want this to be symmetric, we want this must be equal to A into B. Okay, so therefore, if A and B are symmetric, I can conclude that AB is symmetric only when AB equal to BA. That is, we are going to write a statement here. So this is symmetric if AB equal to BA. So when this happens, then only this is going to be A into B is going to be symmetric, otherwise not. It means if two matrices commute with each other, then only their product can be symmetric matrix when you start with the symmetric matrix. Okay, now let's look at a few more interesting results. So I'm starting with a square matrix. Let A be a square matrix of size n. And B be a matrix. B can be any matrix, and any matrix of size n. Okay, I know A is symmetric. B, that may be symmetric or may not be symmetric. We don't know that. Just they gave it is just a square matrix. That's it. Now, what can you say about this guy? That is B transpose multiplied with A into B. Is it going to be symmetric? So then you should start your investigation. The moment I ask whether it is symmetric or not, you just take its transpose and then you see. So this is the question. Is B transpose AB a symmetric matrix?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you start your investigation, you can see that B transpose AB whole transpose, that equal to, see, we have seen this property, that is A into B transpose will give you the B transpose into A transpose. Similarly, if you have A into B into C whole transpose, that you can see it as C transpose into B transpose into A transpose. Okay, so now using this, I am going to express this guy as first the B transpose, and next A transpose, next B transpose whole transpose, and this will be equal to B transpose. You know that A is symmetric, it is given, so this is same as A, and B transpose whole transpose, we know it is same as B. So therefore we started with some matrix transpose and we again got the same matrix. Therefore we can conclude that. So therefore, if A is symmetric, then B transpose into A into B is also symmetric. Remember that I am taking B as a matrix of same size as A. Okay, but what happens if I take a different size? Because when A is an n by n matrix, I can multiply A with an m by n matrix. What I mean, let's say A is an n by n matrix here, and we know this is symmetric. So I can multiply A with an m by n matrix. Suppose if I take B that is a matrix of size n by m, yes, we can talk about this product A times B. Okay, so this product will be a matrix of size n by m, whereas if you look at B transpose, that will be a matrix of size m by n. So when you multiply with the matrix of size m by n, so finally you end up with a matrix of size m by m. So you are getting a square matrix. Now my question is whether this square matrix is symmetric or not. And if you observe that this proof is applicable for all matrices, A into B whole transpose it is equal to B transpose into A transpose, that is applicable for all. It's not just for square matrices. Okay, so Now I'm going to modify my statement a little bit. So let A be a square matrix of size n by n and B be a matrix of size m by n. Okay, where this m equal to n or m not equal to n. I'm not worrying about it. Sorry, I want to write A into B. Then in that case I should take n by m. Okay, that where m equal to n or m is less than n or m is greater than n, it can be in any way, doesn't matter. But what all I need is, if you have n here, I need n here, that's it. So now we can see that this B transpose A into B is going to be symmetric, provided A is symmetric, that's it. So this B, it can be a rectangular matrix as well, of suitable size. So I hope you understand this, right? So therefore we can write this statement like, if A is symmetric, then you can say that B transpose AB is symmetric. Is symmetric where B is a matrix of size n by m. Yeah, one may ask other question, sir, what happens if I take this B into A into B transpose, where this time B is a matrix of size m by n. Are you getting me? What I mean, I'll start with a matrix C. Let me use different color. It's a matrix C of size m by n. Okay, so in this case you can multiply C and A this way, and then you can multiply with C transpose. So finally you'll get an n by m matrix. So when you take its transpose, then what happens? That will be same as C transpose whole transpose into A transpose, that into C transpose. Finally you end up with C A transpose C transpose. But you know what is A transpose? Since A is symmetric, it is same as A. Right? So whether you talk about B transpose AB or B into A into B transpose, when you take a matrix of suitable size, that is very important. If I take an n by m matrix, I cannot talk about B into A into B transpose. Okay. Yeah, let's look at one more property. If A is symmetric, what can you say about A power I? Then what can you say about A power I? Where I is any natural number, like A square, A cube, A power 5 and all. We'll start our investigation. Like A power I, you take transpose. We want to know whether it is symmetric or not. So A power I can be written as A times A times A times and so on. A, this you are going to write I times, right? So transpose, and we know using the properties of AB transpose, so we can write it as A transpose into A transpose into A transpose and so on. A transpose. So this was expressed I times Now this is nothing but A transpose whole power I. And you know A is a symmetric matrix. So therefore this is A power I. So we started with A power I whole transpose, we end up with this is same as A power I. So therefore if A is symmetric, you can see that A power I is also symmetric. Okay, so let me write it. This is symmetry. So where I equal to 1, 2, 3, they can be any number, any natural number. Okay.